Hello friends and welcome to this amazing lecture in Flet where we are going to see some cool animations. We are going to work on some cool animations using Flet, and for that you will have to have a basic understanding of Dart language. So that's Flutter, because as you know that Flet is provided by Flutter. So we are going to code and we are coding in Python. So to start with, we have the basic import statement and the page from the function being created, and at the end, what we have is the ft.app, the winding up of the application, which is there. Now, inside this application or inside this main function, what I need to do is I create a container first. So C is equals to, I have ft.container. So once this container is created, now inside this container, you need to give or specify like what that container would be, like width, height, and all those features. So we have width of the container is equals to, let's say I have it as 200, comma height is again 200, height is 200, and then we have the background color. We don't need the top and the left, we need the background color as blue. So we have bg color is equals to blue, so that will be a string blue. So blue. Then we have the border radius. We have the border radius as 10, let's say 10, comma, and animate opacity as, let's say 300. So we have animate opacity as 300. So when you animate this, so the opacity goes like how much opacity we require. So that's 300. Okay. So after that, we just complete this, and outside the container we create the animate opacity. So we have def underscore opacity. So we have def animate underscore opacity, and for that animate underscore opacity, inside this we have some event. So when this is called, when this will be called, when there is some or the other, some change inside, or some button is clicked basically. So for that we need a button there. So we start with c dot opacity. C dot opacity is equals to 0. When it will be 0, so opacity is 0. If c dot opacity is equal to c dot opacity is equal to 1, else is 1, else is 1. Okay, so now we update c dot update. So why we are using c here now? Because c is the container which we created earlier, right? So now everything is happening inside that container only. Now we just add this in the page. So page dot add. What do we need to add? We need to add the container first. So we need to add c, comma, then we have ft dot elevated button. So that button will be pressed when that button will be pressed, and then there will be the opacity which will be changing. So we have animate, and we have the after animate we have just remove this. We have animate. After animate we have the method action. So on click, what it will call? It will call the animate opacity function. Just finish this off, complete this, and winding up the code. Just saving this, and we run the application. So when we run this application, there is a small window being popped up, and once the application is running, we have this whole feature. Now you can reduce the size of this screen basically if you want, but then this will be happening inside this screen, this window itself. So when you press animate, see, yeah, the opacity is now gone, like there is nothing here. So you have animated something, right? So you can change the color, you can change the opacity value, and you can change everything. Like you can make a lot of changes here. So you can play around, and that is what is programming. Please play along, please code along, and try to see what if. Have that question inside you, that what if I change these values, what if I do this, what if I try to do this. That will give you a clear understanding. Following the code and following through the course will just give you the course structure or the course knowledge. But if you try to code something of your own, if you have an idea of something of your own and try to implement that, that would be your real learning. So keep learning, guys. Thank you so much.